When the heavyweight division comes alive, very few competitors are able to survive.
But he is down for a cracking right hand!
After all those years lacking a king, and instead being dominated by several names at the top table, the time has now finally come to see who the sport's #1 heavyweight is, in one of the most historic and iconic moments the sport will ever see.
Thank you, ladies
I already
and
relieved one
gentlemen.
Ukrainian of all the belts.
Glory
and
to
I
the
relieved
heroes.
that idiot of the belts I gave him.
Usyk versus Fury, a mega bout that's been brewing for quite some time.
Pretty belly, I love you.
All of a sudden people think he's some legendary heavyweight champion.
And by the end, one of which will have the ultimate bragging rights and leave behind the ultimate heavyweight legacy.
Because we'll see who is the best heavyweight on the planet.
With a 4-year stint fighting stateside, winning over the fans in all 3 collisions with the Bronze Bomber, Fury finally gave the UK fans what they've been waiting for, in an all-out British dust-up against one of Britain's most notable heavyweights.
This is the largest purses ever paid to British boxers on UK soil.
In a few years to come, people will be sitting back and thinking, where were you on that night of 23rd of April 2022 when Tyson Fury smashed this fella to pieces.
Fury with the uppercut! What a punch! The right uppercut! Dillian White flat on his back at Wembley Stadium with an absolute piece of a punch!
However, with an anticlimactic third showdown against Derek Chisora to follow, fans were more than a little deflated for the one-sided bout. But it wasn't until 1 year of inactivity after that an unexpected wake-up call was soon raised, in a bout that was thought to be easy pickings.
My point is to go out there and prove that I'm a boxer, and by boxing the best in the world, and beat him.
The more it goes, the better it gets. He's starting to land shots. Oh, down he goes! Down goes Fury! Down goes Fury! And the heavyweight champion has to pick himself off the canvas.
As controversial as it was, Fury's near escape from one of the biggest banana skin moments of his career fortunately landed in his favor. However, with not many seeing it that way, the fight became closer than expected. A new date of February the 17th for the Usyk collision course was not long announced.
I'm gonna bust him! Sausage, ugly little man, rabbit! You know what's coming, you're getting smashed to pieces, sausage!
Thank you so much, everybody, people. I more speak in the radio.
I'm absolutely lost for words. I mean, Francis Ngannou has never boxed before. Got dropped in, was it the 3rd round? Never threw a punch. And Ngannou never threw a punch after.
Who did you think won?
I thought Tyson Fury won. I mean, you know, he was throwing a lot of punches.
I'm going against Lennox as well, and I'm gonna go with Dan Hardy here. I thought that Francis Ngannou won that fight.
He just performed really, really well, and he gave Tyson Fury one hell of a tough night's work. He was landing shots. He was landing the bigger, harder, hurtful shots.
Big solid man, to punch like an horse kicking, and this is boxing. This is why people buy the fights, because you just don't know.
It's undeniable that the criticism will, and has, heavily poured in after what fans witnessed. But with a new opponent in front of him that carries 5 times as many tools in his arsenal, it's certain that the Gypsy King will now likely up his game tenfold as he faces a much more difficult challenge ahead. After conquering cruiserweight and making statement victories at heavyweight, Oleksander Usyk has transitioned quite nicely from his origins.
Does the goal remain the same, to become heavyweight champion, and do you still believe you can achieve that?
No just world champion, undisputed world champion.
Also proving himself as an elite heavyweight, Usyk's win first time round over Joshua sent a statement of intent across the division.
Fantastic boxing display, and look at this finish, and Joshua could be taken out lead.
Though it was the second time around when Joshua added adjustments to his game plan that the Ukrainian's levels for the sweet science still prevailed superior, securing him yet another masterful performance.
Thanks God, the belts are coming back to Ukraine. The victory is with us, and Ukraine won.
Unifying and defending the heavyweight jewels, Usyk has solidified himself into the number 2 heavyweight slot comfortably, and now securing his final ambition of becoming undisputed in his second weight division, we could potentially see greatness unfold once more.
I've seen many people like him before, and when they fight the big men, they struggle.
For me, it doesn't matter, you know. Tyson Fury every time a lot of speak.
Easy fight. Nowhere near the biggest threat. He ain't the biggest puncher in the world, and he's not the biggest, strongest man in the world.
Struggling to make the bout on several occasions, Fury's antics of demanding unrealistic splits has made the bout frustratingly hard to make happen as negotiations ground to a halt several times.
You and your team are worth 30%. You either take it or you leave it.
Yet, since facing mandatory opponent in Daniel Dubois and revealing a big chink in Usyk's armor, the incentive of this, combined with an irrefusable offer from the Saudis, seemed to push the fight over the line conveniently.
This is the mecca of boxing.
Why'd you say that?
It's the fight of the century.
Do you think Tyson Fury respects you as a boxer? Do you think he respects you as a person?
It doesn't matter. For me.
We finally get the undisputed fight. Well, I mean, how many years have we been talking about this undisputed fight?
Because now it's out, the cat's out of the bag. Now he's got to live up to it and own it. He's got to live up to it and own it. If there's one thing Fury relishes more than his money and his popularity, it's his ego.
As I just said in the other interview, it's good for the ecosystem of boxing because the first thing I think about is, right, I've got to make Joshua Wilder and I've got to make Ben Eubank. So it just keeps everything competitive.
Physically stood side by side, you can see how some gave Usyk little chance of defeating Fury originally. Though in natural ability, it's fair to say the smaller man in Oleksander seems to possess the better all-round speed, mobility, work rate, and boxing ability. And with Fury showing weakness in his prior performance, the narrative has started to flip in the eyes of some.
Someone the size of let's say a Tyson Fury will be phenomenally hard to beat purely because he's that big.
Mighty lump of weight as well. He is a big man. Oh, great shot! Terrific right hand.
Fury, however, on his night is certainly no slouch, and demonstrating the highest level of boxing ability in the division since Usyk's arrival, he too offers a freakish amount of boxing ability for a man of his stature, also carrying a huge size and weight advantage that will certainly drain the Ukrainian if he fails to avoid getting caught in the clinch.
Believe me, it won't even be a contest. I know people are getting on Usyk's back saying he's the man, he can do this. Let me tell you, he can't.
Neither man are really known for their punching power. However, you'd have to give Fury the edge on that one. Being 6'9" and weighing in at around 270 pounds, the Manchester Giant will certainly have the naturally heavier hands when landing the dynamite.
No right to call myself the greatest of all times and was always there's the pressure cooker for you. That's how confident I am of beating this man.
The night will unquestionably bring Usyk the toughest challenge of his career to date. And though he's managed to survive the power of Chisora and AJ so far, questions will arise to whether he has the heart, will, and tenacity to stand up and engage in a man-to-man trade-off against the undeniable force of the Gypsy King.
He thinks he's gonna win, maybe. I think I know I'm gonna win, and that's it. There's nothing more anyone can say.
Tyson, see you, my love. Mwah.